Hey everyone, okay, so totally different video today, but I wanted to make it because it might be interesting and helpful to some of you out there. So IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and Sibo, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Sexy, sexy name. So it is estimated that approximately 80% of all people that suffer from some form of irritable bowel syndrome will actually have a Sibo infection, and that is what is causing the irritable bowel syndrome. So let me give you a little overview of what's been happening to me since January of this year, where I started to experience severe stomach symptoms again, very similar to the ones that I experienced almost a decade ago. Now, if you look back through some of my YouTube videos, you'll see I was much heavier at one point, and then I lost a dramatic amount of weight in a very short period of time. The reason for that weight loss was because I was experiencing stomach troubles, exactly the same to the ones I was experiencing this year. By changing my diet back then, it fixed the issue. Unfortunately, this time when I went back to the same eating system, it didn't actually fix it. My symptoms were and are incredible bloating of the stomach after eating, where the stomach, it doesn't just look like it's bigger. I couldn't care less about that. It feels swollen. So a good example would be if I were to eat a sandwich, it would feel like I'd eaten a 6-course meal, and I would have that full feeling all day for 24 hours, right? It was just horrific. I would also have what I would call a nuclear stomach, which is the noises it would make, and incredible amounts of wind, mainly burping. It just horrible. And when I say the uncomfortableness of it, it's not an understatement. It was so uncomfortable. It was so painfully uncomfortable that I couldn't lie properly at night because I was so uncomfortable. And in order to relieve the symptoms, I would use a hot water bottle, which I would press very firmly on my stomach, which actually made a big difference, except I had the hot water bottle every single day for probably about 5 months until I developed, there's actually a name for it, but it's a hot water bottle rash that actually looks like fish scales all over the stomach. So I had to stop doing that because you can't keep doing it once that's appeared. You've got to just back off. Now, of course, colonoscopy didn't find anything other than 2 polyps, which were benign, and there is no real help for it. Now, let me tell you what I'm doing for my stomach and what I've tried and that has worked. So, there are several ways to kill Sibo. One is an antibiotic, which you can get from your GP or gastroenterologist. Is that the right word? I didn't want to go down that route because of the antibiotic kind of route, but there are natural herbal remedies that do the exact same thing. Now let me show you 2, and I'll kind of talk you through them. The first one is by a company called Fixbiome, and this is what it looks like here. You get 3 of these, and it's a intensive course that kills the bacteria that causes Sibo. Now let me tell you, you may experience what's called die-off symptoms, which can range from your symptoms feeling like they're getting worse. For me, that wasn't the case. For me, the die-off symptoms were that I felt very, very low. And I mean, I felt real low. Not fun at all. There's also another product out there which is been very beneficial. This one I found to be incredibly beneficial, called Atrantil. I may have pronounced that wrong, so I apologize if I have. Now, nothing in this video is sponsored. I purchased these all myself. Now, Atrantil, which is what I'm going to call it, does the same thing. It kills off the bacteria. I didn't receive or haven't had any die-off effects with these, but it also contains peppermint leaf, which is known to calm the stomach. So you've got the products in here to kill the bacteria and something to calm the stomach. These made a really big difference. Within 24 hours, the pain had stopped. Now, I'm still experiencing incredible amounts of fullness after eating. And to give you a kind of indication, For somebody my height and size, I require about 2,600 calories a day in order to maintain my weight. For the past 3 weeks, I barely struggled to get 1,000 calories in because I'm just so full all the time. I'm now able to eat normal amounts of food. Yes, I still feel really full, but there's no more pain now because of these. Now, these are a pain in the tits to get hold of in the UK. They really are. There's a few outlets that sell them for way more than they cost in the US, which is obviously where they're from, which is a real pisser. It really is. I ordered 4 more packets of these from Dolphin Fitness. Next day delivery, we'll send them next day. Lies. They didn't send them next day at all. It's going to take about a week and a half for me to get them. Pissed off about that because these are making a difference. Now, let me just say, in the beginning, you need to take these 3 times a day, 2 tablets 3 times a day, and there's 90 tablets in here, so you can do the maths on that. Best to take them for around about 10 to 14 days at 2 tablets 3 times a day. After that, you can go on a maintenance dose where you take 2 tablets and that's it, indefinitely, I suppose. Because my stomach systems were so severe, I'm going to be taking 2 sets 3 times a day for 30 days to really try and kill the bacteria. Then I'll move on to a maintenance dose. Now, in the US, you can actually get these, I think, for around about $25 if you search around. Here in the UK, of course, you can't. They're like £40 or something like that. And of course, those of you in the UK suffering who choose to buy these, no doubt the company will, of course, increase the price because that's the nature of it. Anyway, they do work. They worked for me. Another thing that can work is, of course, altering your diet, particularly if you've got Sibo. A low carbohydrate diet can be very, 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 very beneficial, as can a carnivore diet if you are willing to go to that extreme for a short period of time in order to kill off all the bacteria, because the bacteria is feeding on the sugars. But these have helped. The Fixbiome really is quite a hardcore approach, but was well worth it. But these actually help with the pain as well as killing off the bacteria. So the Atrantil. Anyway, yeah, very, very good. Let me know if you've had any fun experiences with Sibo and the joys that you've had with it, because, oh, it's a doozy. It's a doozy. I'm looking forward to feeling hunger again, actual hunger. You know, great for weight loss, this, but, you know, I don't remember what it's like to truly be hungry. It's been a long time now because my stomach feels full all the time. So let's see how we get on. I've only been on these now less than 1 week, by the way, less than a week. They arrived on Tuesday. And I'm filming this Saturday. So there you go. Right. Thanks for watching. All you Sibo sufferers, let me know how you get on. And for any company out there in the UK that's selling these, please don't put your prices up. Don't be absolutely outrageous, because it's not nice. The same for the US. Please be kind, because there's a lot of people suffering out there who really can't afford these to begin with. And then you get a video and people start doing an influx of buying. And then you're like, oh, I can screw them out of more money. Don't do that. It's not nice. Thanks for watching. See you all soon. Bye-bye.